Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final game of the European Crucible for HGC. Roll20 are one game away from pulling off the reverse sweep and holding on to their position in the HGC Pro Division for Europe.
It's pretty insane. It's actually crazy that we find ourselves in this spot. A 3-0 lead for the Holy Bananas, and now Roll20 one game away from winning 4 in a row and just securing their spot in HGC again.
Well, it's more of a technicality at this point, but let's have a look at the
What's the
battleground.
map?
What could they pick?
I think Will Sky would be a great choice.
I think you might be right. Oh, we're so good at this.
Wow.
It's almost like there was no other choice. Volskaya is going to be the map, ladies and gentlemen. We've literally been through every single map except the 2 that were banned. And right now, statistics-wise, Holy Bananas have only one recorded game on Volskaya, and they did win it. So I'm out of statistics for this one. We're just back to the regular in-series meta that we've been seeing.
Yeah, especially right now, you really have to think, okay, how is this going to work? So far, Nubarak actually, let me double check.
100% win rate?
I think he hasn't lost a single series yet. We have 2 wins for Roll20. Sorry, a single game. We have 2 wins for Roll20 with him, 2 wins on the side of the Bananas, and he hasn't lost a game yet.
Wow.
Nubarak has won everything.
Yeah, and he was banned once.
Exactly.
Banned once or twice?
1 time.
1 time. So yeah, Nubarak winning almost all the games today. Perhaps the priority in this particular series needs to rise a little bit. We were concerned about them being potentially too reliant on it, but right now, I've just got to say, Holy Bananas, pick a Nubarak. Or ban it.
I have to immediately say here, I mean, no matter who wins here, really deserves that spot. I feel both deserve one. I would love to see both of these teams in HGC for 2019, but right now only one of them can make it. If the Bananas are able, after losing 3 games in a row, to turn it around on the last map and just shake off all emotions and focus completely on their performance here, that would be incredibly impressive. It's always easy to win a series where you're already stomping. It's a lot more difficult to come back into a match where you are all of a sudden losing all momentum and turn it around. And that's exactly what Roll20 is currently trying to do. So from their perspective, it's already an impressive feat to bring this to a 7th game in the first place. But we are basically coming down to a best of 1 here.
Basically, that's all we've had. Both of these teams have fought tooth and nail. Hanzo is picked up first by the Holy Bananas. A Nubarak Yorel for Roll20. Sounds like a pretty solid opening for me. Rainer Blaze. The Blaze has also been incredibly instrumental in this series. Yorel has really struggled, in fact.
I mean, this is the one map where we have... Has Yorel won a game today?
I don't think she has. I think that's what the statistic you brought up last one, and she didn't win that last one.
Yeah, she lost. Yorel lost every single game so far. Hasn't won a single one. But normally when you're...
Please buff.
When you look... Oh, and by the way, nerf Chen.
Yeah, do that too.
So while we're on the subject, Volskaya is the one map where quite often you have Blaze taken over Yorel. And in this case now Malfurion with the immediate Nubarak pick. So Earth going to be on that hero again. I also want to throw that out real quickly. There's a lot of backseat gamers that are already sitting in their comfortable chair without any emotions whatsoever. They are looking at the last few games like, this Earth guy needs to stop face-checking bushes. Really easy to say when you're sitting in your chair at home and there's no adrenaline pumping through your veins. That kid is 15 years old, has played out of his mind so far in the series. And unfortunately for him, had a couple of moments where he walked into a bush and got taken out, and those oftentimes led to a loss, but still, can't blame that guy. He is playing really well here.
Smart and smarter. Immediately the Yorel coming out here as a ban for Roll20. Of course, one of the best follow-ups, even though she's lost most of the series. Follow-up with a Nubarak, giving him that armor, makes him so much safer, so much more of a viable tank. Removing that away when you already have Blaze on your side as well. Huge deal. On the other side, Holy Bananas, remove the wildcard. We're in comfortable territory here. Get rid of the wildcard from Desmuro, and Garrosh comes in instead.
Yeah, Deckard, Kane, and Garrosh now picked. I like what Roll20 is doing here quite a lot. From Holy Bananas' perspective, again, I love if you have a Nubarak to pair it with either Blaze or Yorel. Both not possible. Roll20 made sure of that. Gotta give some credit though through Earth. The last time that they played with this particular setup, where they had an Nubarak, so to say, without that second hero at this side, he did exceptionally well.
He really did.
Now they are playing this with an Leoric too, trying to also get some damage mitigation here, of course, in the long run.
And Jaina.
And Jaina for burst damage here.
Wow. Both of these teams were in very standard-ish territory. Holy Bananas is potentially the lesser meta of the two drafts, but everything still works. They have disruption, they have crowd control, they have percentage damage, but Roll20's draft is solid.
Holy Bananas is also, I feel, very much down so their comfort line, where they have all of a sudden the engage potential through a Nubarak. Again, the follow-up, Hanzo with the arrow. Can they hit the arrows this time? They had a very, very unlucky game on Tomb of the Spider Queen, where several arrows were insanely close, but just didn't connect. And now there's a big opportunity at this point. Turns around. I mean, it comes down to the last map. I mean, it's insane that we're here in the first place.
We have one single map between going back to the open division or becoming an HGC European professional, giving yourself the opportunity, of course, to go to Western clashes, mid-season brawls, BlizzCons. You have to be in the pro division to get to these.
Quacknick's also, I mean, he wants to end on a high note here. He said, like, I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that my team is not going to drop out of HGC before I retire. And I want to make sure that we are the team that made it through the Crucible at the end of the day.
And he's been wrecking. He's been doing a fantastic job. There's no way you can say, no one in their right mind could say Quacknick is phoning it in or anything just because he's retiring. He has been dominating on some of these heroes.
Exactly. Like, he was a huge focus from the opponent's team too, and has suffered in some of the games, but in general, you look at his performance today was stellar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time today, it is Roll20 esports on the left with Shad playing on the Deckard Kane. Quacknix is bringing out the Jaina, Chris on the Reyna, Robodoba on the Garrosh, and Zarmany is on the Blaze.
And over to the right side. Can they keep it together for one more game? Here is the Holy Bananas with Ulf on Leoric for the side lane. Gogosh on Junkrat. Guru again on Hanzo. Gonna look for these arrows. Zhuf this time on Malfurion. And Earth back on the Anubarak, the hero that hasn't lost a single map yet in this series. Currently 4-0.
Can they keep it up? Anubarak has, like you said, been a key and defining factor for all of this. And, well, we will be finding it out very shortly.
I really hope that we don't have tech issues right now.
Same.
I would like just imagine Game 7.
Yeah, that would be the worst. That would be rough.
All right, so at this point, again, we're looking especially towards level. So when we're talking about the sustain and trying to keep Anubarak alive, something that can really help is if you're having your level 13 on Leoric, that you at least have the damage reduction. That's going to be really important. The interesting part for me is that outside of that, we're now also seeing the Anubarak play into Garrosh. So all of a sudden, you have to be a lot more careful how you engage. Because if you miss that stun against him and he just flips you farther in, you don't have an escape any longer. And who keeps you alive then? You don't have a Medivh that can portal you out in that case. You don't have anyone else that drops a bunker for you, for example, or provides you the extra armor with an URL. So Earth has to play out of his mind in this particular setup.
He really does. But to be fair, his Anubarak has been solid. You already mentioned he's played it once where he hasn't had that Yrel or Blaze or anything like that as a backup, and he just absolutely dominated. So we know he is someone who can do this. And he's also not the only engager. If we see a Entomb Leoric as opposed to a March of the Black King Leoric, that is a second engage tool, especially once we get to the later stages of the game around level 20, where, of course, Buried Alive is a game ender.
Yeah, I mean, if you find yourself in a situation where you can make it to 20 and get the Buried Alive, that extra silence is just absolutely devastating in any kind of setup. So that's another huge aspect, if you can get that far. One of the issues, of course, is, I mean, this is still a map that can snowball. Depending on how the early game goes, oftentimes we see that fight over the first biotic emitter, for example. The teams go for the camp. If you lose that fight, you lose one or two heroes here, your opponent gets the extra item, all of a sudden you fight over the first protector. First protector is taken. You can maybe snowball it to 13 for the second protector. You set yourself up on the top lane. There's huge snowball potential here on the map. And that's something that's dangerous for both of the teams. But when it comes to running with an advantage established in the early game, Roll20 has done better than their opponent.
That they have. Outside of the first series, the first game where actually Holy Bananas were able to get the first blood, every single other time Roll20 has looked a lot better out of the gates. So overall, you start to look at these teams and say, if we don't start seeing those early game kills, we start looking at, of course, the objective control. It's all about those objective points. Deckard can be incredibly effective here if he has time to set up, of course, pre-placing potions in optimum positions. Anyone tries to run in, they're going to get cubed, they're going to get triangled. it is a very hard hero to engage against. And of course, if they do get past him, suddenly you're next to Garrosh, and that's where you don't want to be.
Yeah, there's so many layers of defense now with the bottomless flask towards the end, then the bunker, as you mentioned. There's like a lot of tools that they can use to really keep the heroes alive here. And that alone is a bit stressful. You can play around some of that with a good cocoon.
Yeah.
And now, if you look at that setup, we don't really have a hero on the other side that can burn the cocoon down super quickly. There's no Li Ming with the disintegrate, for example. They can just like simply zip it down. You have some tools available, so you can focus that, but it's still going to get some value out of you. If you engage properly and get a good cocoon off, you can try and get a focus kill here. Especially Jaina needs to be careful. So when we're looking at Quacknix, he is going to be one potential target for that engage, where either Leoric is going to try and make that approach, drop the Entomb onto him, where we could see Nubarak make that play. Even Junkrat. I mean, you can, with a Crush Mine, if you get that isolation, then you can get the kill. You have the damage there. And then, of course, with all that being mentioned, there's still Hanzo to consider. We had a couple of problems on Hanzo with the arrows, like setting up that stun heroic ability in the previous games. But over here, if you have a stack up on any of the objectives, especially in at the top or at the bottom, if you connect that arrow, there is perfect follow-up on all of the heroes that they have here. So that's always a huge, huge danger towards Roll20.
Exactly. And you do mention the Junkrat, though. In terms, we were talking about heroes who can control the objectives. Junkrat is actually incredibly good at this. If his team gets there first, we already mentioned how Decade, he can place potions in better positions, Garrosh can take a good position. If Junkrat can get his Steel Trap, and of course his Concussion Mine down, he is another one of those fantastic heroes, which when you pair with a Malfurion as well, can cut off so many engage points that if they get there first, it can be incredibly difficult for Garrosh, whose strategy is walk and maybe activate Indomitable. It's going to be very hard for Roll20 to engage into that.
There's also, again, the nerf issue, and I mention that because the info that we have so far of what's currently happening is that Guru actually has dropped completely his point. He had a couple of lag that he experienced, because I was thinking the entire time, is this pause helping them or is it hurting them? Because it can help you in the sense that you are still suffering a little bit from having to wrap your head around the fact that, hey, we are all of a sudden in game 7. So if you have a few more minutes, it could be like, okay, chill, relax, calm down, even after the break. But apparently there is a bit of a problem here on the side of Guru. So apparently he's back on voice right now. But for the rest of the team, what happened is apparently he had some lag, and then he disconnected completely from Battle.net and from the voice server. And when asked, is he reconnecting, the response from the Holy Bananas was, we don't know. We have no idea. We have zero communication with him. We don't know what's happening. We don't know where he is. And he just made it back into voice, so he will be back in the game in a second.
Yes.
But just think about his teammates at this point. He seems to have some problems that are hopefully now resolved from a connection perspective. But if you are on the last final map and the 4 players, they're like, well, one of our guys is gone, and we have no clue where he is, and this is literally the last map. If we don't get him back within like 6 to 7 minutes, this is over without even playing for it.
Yeah, they'd have to play over bot, which, to be fair, would give him more time to reconnect. And if you're going to have a bot, the early game is probably a fairly recent time to have the bot, if you could just ping him and just pull him near the gate and wait. It does look like he has returned, Kaldor. And ladies and gentlemen, we are heading back into the game. Yes! And it is level 1 in this final game of this best of 7 series.
Can't even imagine the roller coaster of emotions that the Bananas have gone through in the last few hours. Getting a 3-0 lead, feeling probably euphoric and extremely satisfied with their own performance, then starting to drop maps, getting worried, and then probably ending up in a situation where they're like, oh my god, what's happening here? Now even having to worry about one of their members on the team, and then rejoining that final map where everything is on the line for Roll20 and the Bananas.
Well, they're going to have to fight through any of the funk that they might have from stuff like that and keep fighting in this matchup. We see Hanzo and Malfurion heading down for the fortification camp, grabbing a turret for their team. The support camp we saw a little bit ago was leashed. Roll20 was thinking about doing it and then decided against it.
Oh, but this is still going to be a huge contestation, because like what we're going to see, we already saw a couple of potions thrown over by Deckard, and Junkrat immediately threw the mine on the spot too. Both of those teams are very well aware that there could be a fight happening over it. But of course, if you hold that turret, you can also drop the turret there if need be.
Yeah, this is sometimes you'll see teams who know their opponents go for fortification camps early, just run at it and just grab the support camp early. But in this case, neither team had the guts. Both of them grab a turret. Now it's a game of chicken. Concussion mine, steel traps are down, preemptive potions tossing him
Blaze
off.
is late.
Channels, but will get the objective, grabs the support camp. But now he needs to back up, and he will do so pretty easily.
That was a lot easier than I expected.
Yeah.
The early level 4 definitely helping with it too.
I expected
Roll20.
at least one turret.
Oh, I mean, you have level 4 from the bananas, so Roll20 was actually in the spot where they said, guys, we just missed a couple of minions, but we don't have level 4. Maybe let's not fight this one, because this could hurt. And now bananas are ahead in experience. They have double items.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to say they're looking good in the early game, but again, we had that situation already a few times and it turned against them.
Yeah, it's almost feels like a jinx to say it, but either way, they are slightly ahead at least. Anubarak even is actually switching up the build a little bit, going for the Shed Exoskeleton. Extra move speed, going to be a speedy beetle.
Very speedy beetle indeed. Camps taken for both teams and the control point is about to unlock, and this is really when it's about all the marbles. The double item is an advantage for the bananas with the additional support here through the biotic emitter. But Robodoba is such a tanky hero with Garrosh here, and of course waiting for that chance to flip someone into the backline. Then not only Garrosh plays there too, they have a fantastic setup to control the point. Here's the immediate flip. No panic burrow charge, instead just trying to chill for a moment and allowing Olf to connect the drain against Robodoba for the damage.
It's a good Indomitable as well. Remember, Olf has gone for the Ossium Renewal as opposed to the 2 Vitality, so the swings on this point will not be healing him. Getting some great drains though, so he's keeping himself sustained that way fantastically.
So far, both of the teams doing really well around this, but keep that slight advantage and experience in mind. Only bananas will get the early level 7, and they have it already. That should have secured them the spot for now, because they cannot try and be a bit more aggressive towards Robodoba.
They're forcing forward. Robodoba's forced off the point, channeling in, and the percentage will begin to pick up.
Alright, so there's the advantage for the bananas, while Blaze is still trying to get the experience at the bot lane. So already starting to take the lead here. That will allow them to eventually move back, tap at the fountain, and then re-engage when they want to. Level 7 in play here for both teams, with Drain Momentum now taken for Leoric.
They're actually going to be forced off the point here.
Movement
so
speed.
we're going to see Roll20 get it. Yeah, the movement speed is going to be great. Very speedy frontline talents here.
No hopelessness taken from him. Instead, the Drain Momentum. Also, a full machine gun build for Jaina so far, with the Winter's Reach on 1, Frost Charts and Icelands completed.
There were 3 different movement speed talents on this composition. The Shed Exoskeleton, the Drain Momentum, and the Tricky Shuffles coming in from Junkrat as well. So, cool to see. Nice little mobility team trying to escape Garrosh once he engages on them.
Yeah, okay, again, going for Earth here. He's not immediately moving out. He knows there are not too many stuns on the other side outside of that. Robodoba is eating a lot of damage with his Harmony now. Also has to be careful. Turret is on the ground already. Robodoba with the save. But the turret is down. One turret is down immediately, and this is actually a good position for the Holy Bananas.
Yeah, they've got a fantastic little turret concave into the choke point with a steel trap as well. The only turret available being in the favor of Zarmony for Roll20 esports. They're going to try and creep forward here. Looks like they might want to try and make the play. They're pinging down the turrets of Holy Bananas.
Nice. Here's the drain once again, but immediately Zarmony moving out. But that, of course, also puts the jet propulsion onto the cooldown, so he can't engage. It opens up another time window for the Bananas here. 96% already. This is it. Protector number 1 is on the line.
Turret. They need to drop that turret. They can't afford to wait that much longer. Good route by Malfurion, preventing Zarmony getting the good positioning. They're holding the overtime, at least for the moment.
Earth still has the biotic emitter. He can still use that. Juve needs to be careful. He's actually falling low in mana.
Yeah, they're actually going to pull back, grab the fountain. 48% though is available for Roll20 esports, so Holy Bananas can't afford to let them control this for too long.
Yeah, and they just tapped on the fountain again, and especially for Juve, that was important. He was low in mana already, and here they're trying to go in again. Earth is moving out right away, and here comes the re-engage, trying to see if they can maybe push Zarmony down, and he also is starting to struggle a little bit on his pool.
Finally, the Roll20 turret has gone down. The concussion mine is in a great position to completely deny some of the rotation points, some of the entry points of Roll20 esports, and with level 10 just short of being available, it looks like Roll20 are gonna give this up.
And they didn't even use the biotic emitter.
Yeah.
Earth was
That's great
holding
news.
on to it the entire time. Look at the experience too. They are so far ahead already. The turrets are now going down in the middle. The rotation topside, level 10 with this. Holy Bananas are in an amazing position early on here.
And if anyone oversteps from Roll20, this could get even more in favor of Holy Bananas. As Dragon Arrow, Riptire into.
Hands on the top
they
though.
have so much engage.
Robodobo is actually trying to move in here, but he
Yeah.
doesn't have 10 yet, so he doesn't have the taunt.
Hanzo was able to just jump over the wall and escape here.
Normally, I would also absolutely say, listen, this move into the middle is not a great rotation, but now that you're having the level 10 advantage, you can still easily make the top side rotation and prepare for the next objective. So it's a massive leading experience and also map control through the middle, and you still get the fountain. They don't even go for the turret because they're saying no matter what happens here, drop that damn fountain and make sure they cannot go back and tap when it comes to the second protector.
Very smart. 2 fountains down already, 1 fort down. This has been an incredible use of that level 10 and protector, forcing Roll20 to just make no reactions. And Holy Bananas, they are looking good. They still have a biotic emitter, like you said. They're about to get another fortification turret. They are looking amazing.
Whew, spicy game so far. No kill, but oh my god, is that intense.
Such a weird sentence. Spicy game, no kills.
Dude, I don't care about kills. If
No,
it's
this is
intense like this,
amazing.
like whatever. Right now,
completely
it's item time again. 1 turret taken on both sides. We have the item advantage through the biotic emitter. Are they going to make the play for the one at the top, though? Level 13 again. This is the big one. 13 is usually what you want to have for the second objective. And normally, the team that grabs Protector 1 gets the earlier 13 and then has a lead as they take the checkpoint.
Gugush. Oh, nicely done. Concussion Mine, of course, grants Junkrat unstoppable. Here comes Dragon Arrow, Riptire on the way. Quacknix is gonna get dropped so low. Guru chasing down, gets the sniping
He's
shot.
not the only one. There's the next one. Romanova goes down 2, the double kill, and they're going for Deckard. The old man goes down and triple kill. I was just about to say that normally the team that loses Protector 1 will still get the 13 throughout that time window, but right now the situation is completely different. 13 in the hands of the Bananas, map control established, bam, they get the triple kill, they take the next item, they have a double healing beacon here already, and now they can move through the top, eliminate the 4-2, already the rotation of Leoric down to the bot side. The Bananas are angry.
They are done with this puny Roll20 uprising, and they are shutting it down, creating a 2-level lead already, putting huge pressure onto that top fort, but it will get cleared up by Reina for the moment. But this has been a dominant performance in this early game by Holy Bananas.
Yeah, and we've been talking about the pressure that is on the Bananas because Roll20 built up all that pressure. Now it's the exact opposite. Roll20 all of a sudden, after winning 3 games, it's really, are we still going to lose this?
They've just been reminded of the exact situation they're in. Of every loss is them out.
Exactly, and if they lose, if they move out here, this is players that have been around in Heroes for so long. Are they actually going to lose their HGC spot? Roll20 will have 13. They can fight for that spot. Up to the top, the Protector, the second one. But the item advantage for the Bananas is absolutely crucial. The double healing beacon, that's going to be a big one.
Remember, these do not stack. They do have to work some team synergy, but if there's one team that has been showing synergy in this series, Holy Bananas have been doing an incredible job.
Absolutely. Now, on the other hand, it comes, I feel, I'm looking at chat. I'm looking at chat, I'm looking at Robodoba, the Lolnado, the taunt, and the flip. This is what I'm really waiting for. Garrosh and Deckard Cain, for me personally, are the 2 that will make the play.
It's gotta be. But they need to be able to get the right angle there. They can't afford to have Junkrat just concussion mine himself out. A aggressive move onto the fortification camp.
I like
give
this.
Up some percentage.
I really like this. Give up the early percentage. There's no problem with that at all. But you get an item. And now Ulf knows it. He sees it. He is thinking about maybe slowing them down a little bit. It's going to be 3 turrets. 3 turrets for them. That's a great setup. Bananas, can they maybe get 16? Look at Leoric.
They're trying.
He's actually trying to get the 16 down here.
Junkrat comes mid as well. He wants experience here. But like you said, being able to grab these turrets as long as your opponent doesn't gain the objective or gain a talent advantage in that time, it's fine. It's like Infernal Shrines. Doesn't matter if you get 39 on Infernal Shrines. Doesn't matter if you get 99 here. It's who gets 100 that wins the objective.
And Uberak waited long, and Malfurion was with him for the Nature's Cure if he really needs it, and they won 16. So right now, they won the talent advantage. The items are great for Roll20. That isn't too bad, but it's really the Banana saying, boys, just screw that turret. Let's get 16, go top, get that second protector, and walk through that top lane. Only one, it's 3 for 3 items. 2 healing beacons and a turret against the 3 turrets for Roll20.
Quack did spot Leoric rotating up, but he was able to Wraith walk his way a much safer route here. Still going to get rooted though, at least this time.
16 is so big right now, especially for Leoric, of course, the Royal focus as well. And they are already setting up. This is the moment when the Bananas want to make the play.
They're creeping forward. Ulf playing hyper-aggressive, curse he can. Second that ominous Wraith is dropped, damage output is going to be massively reduced. Dragon Arrow hits all the people in the backline. Chris and Quacknick both dropped very low. Ulf standing in that biotic emitter is just reducing the damage of everyone. Riptire onto Garrosh, who does not get in the bunker in time.
Over,
it
slowly goes down.
Gone.
But we might also lose one on the side of the Bananas. Ulf goes down on Leoric. He's going to be back faster though. And Blaze drops. The front line is gone. And immediately the focus onto the back line here. The Bananas with the advantage in experience are going for the second objective here. Leoric going to be back soon. Good play here from the red team. Roll20 trying to hold on to hope somehow. But the Bananas are already splitting their power, moving straight into the next healing beacon. They are all over the place at this point.
Ulf just chilling in the minion wave, waiting for his body to return to him so he can get more experience for his team and race them towards that level 20. This protector might mean a keep. It might just be brought all the way to bot lane and grab another 4.
Yeah, they go bot lane. They are prepping for the next objective. They're already prepping for the third protector and saying, guys, go through the bot lane. What can we accomplish topside? Can we get the keep? Maybe.
Yeah.
It's likely, but can we really drop it? There might be a play against us, and if we lose anything, if we allow the opponent to get a couple of kills, they come back and we're fighting an even game. We don't want that. Go bot lane, prep the fort. We can easily take that, and then still we have some time to go for the wall at the bot side, and maybe we can end with protector number 3.
Fort disabled, just gets absolutely wiped by this protector. Still 92% hit points on this, 45 seconds left. They're moving in for tier 2s.
3-level advantage. 3-level advantage and a talent advantage. The stat advantage alone is crazy, but the talent advantage is still strong. Roll20 is trying to get it, but they have to move Blaze back already. The wall is about to fall. A bit of pressure against the keep itself would go a long way.
Blaze is wrapping around. They might just try and run past the protector here and make the play. Zarmany staying out of vision, making sure he can't get himself caught, but he's moving in. He's spotted by Ulf though. Nice scouting.
Ulf sees it, and they took the fountain, so that makes it even more difficult for Roll20 to at any point tap at the fountain here. The follow-up already, 12 seconds. Easy move back for the Bananas, and there's another camp at the top side now, getting a bit of pressure on. They need to rotate someone over. It's not going to force too much, but if it takes that wall down, that's another opportunity where later on we could see Holy Bananas go for a keep.
Even talents, but not for long. Holy Bananas about to get level 19 here, meaning they will be approaching their Storm tier talents. They can't afford to lose people like a Nubrak nearly did there.
In voice, everybody is like, Earth, do not face check.
I mean, Anubrak's one of the few heroes who can just has an almost free face check along with Muradin, just impale into a bush. And if not, at least he has an unstoppable Borrow charge out.
Dude, like, I'm on the edge right now, and I have to tell you, like, Roll20, it's a nightmare for them. You are so far behind. The Bananas will have 20. They will definitely get 20 before you. Unless you force a fight and take some structures, there is no way you're going to hit those Storm Talons anywhere near the time that the Bananas does. If the Bananas play this safe, this is their game. Roll20 will have to play against the Storm Talon advantage and take a big fight there. That's the likely outcome of the situation we're in right now. You can still make that. We have seen it a few times right now in HGC, where against the level 20, a team was able to pull it off. Yeah. But it's going to be extremely difficult, especially after, you pointed it out earlier, we're going to see that silence on the Entomb with the Buried Alive.
Yeah, and look at the escape tools. Bunker is basically the only thing that can get people out. If you place Bunker right next to the edge of an Entomb, wait, can you get in a Bunker while silenced?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, just drop that right at the edge of the Entomb. You should be able to get people out of it.
Roll20 is forcing the fight at the top. They're saying, like, we want that item.
But 20's right here. 20's
20's here. They have it, and they're going in immediately. Here comes the Hyperion already. The move straight. Cocoon is already burned away, though. Zarmany in the backline. Arrow coming through, hitting Reyna. Jimmy hit hard. No one dying. Ulf is the first one to fall. The bunker is down. It's so is Zarmany.
We see now lots of damage onto Robodoba. He tries to toss him away as he's pulling back and will survive temporarily, but slows from Ulf. Scatter arrows coming in. Oh, the beautiful concussion mine takes him down.
Two down. Move down to the bot lane. If you're the Bananas, you want the keep. You want the keep right now. If you don't take it, then drop it to half HP. Roll20 needs to defend it. They need to somehow pull it off. Lornado about to be back. A chance maybe for Shat to set something up here, but Bananas want to have the damage on the keep itself. Maybe even take it down. Already the scout through Leoric and Roll20. They're not defending it. They're moving back. They don't have a front line. They know that they can't do anything if Leoric comes back and drops the Entomb.
We're going to see a quick cube coming out from Deckard Cain, just trying to keep anyone away, lower down the health pool there in case they overextend. It's not going to happen though. Holy Bananas, they don't want to let go of this game. Keep down Protector in the bot lane. They don't have that many items though. They did burn most of them.
Roll20 has one more fight. They have one more fight and it's against level 20s. There's just no dodging around that. This is the one chance you have. The Protector, once it's in the hands of the Bananas with level 20, should be able to end this. Ulf moving topside, actually scouting that out. They are playing this extremely passive right now. They are waiting, they're buying some time, they're willing to move back. They know about the time window advantage. They go for the camp here. Playing this even a bit riskier than expected, but at this point, getting the turret, moving back down, having Ulf in the middle, he makes the rotation, and now Roll20, they have to face the music.
Yep.
This is it.
The HGC Pro Division for Roll20 lives on the role of this move, the role of this play, as they move into the point with Blaze taking the initial shots. Robodoba already with a shield from Deckard Cain, getting some value there. Zarmony gets stunned up. His thrust is interrupted. They found Malfurion. Torn is beautiful! Robodoba takes him out. Lornado is interrupting Earth, and the bunker saves the members in the Entomb. Roll20. They're moving on to the point.
Robodoba with a play and the kill. Malfurion is down, and Roll20 takes the point at the bot lane and is all of a sudden back into this. What a move by him.
Robodoba, his team are gonna be giving him so many props for that as they're holding the point. But 35 seconds for Malfurion, 20 on the way for Roll20, but it's not here yet. Holy Bananas, they've been known to take 4 versus 5 fights. They know they can do it. The question is, will they take that risk? They still have all their forts up. Even if they lose this objective, they can still win the game.
But then it comes down to only a keep advantage.
Yeah.
They were so far ahead right now, and that kill that was the important one. But look at the time, 10 seconds until Malfurion is back. They can think about moving in there. It's going to be clutch, but they could try and do it maybe. Once again, jet propulsion being used here against Earth. He needs to be careful. And there come the hits. 20 is so close.
88, 90,
they let it go.
Roll20
They go
right
for the
there.
item. They go for the item.
They know they can probably defend the core, but this Protector, Roll20 should just run it down bot lane. Just do as much damage as they can here and try and take a keep of their own. They have to get a keep.
Unbelievable. Robodoba finds Malfurion. It's the one hero.
Yeah, who can't really escape him in any way, shape or form. This is incredible. They're moving in, fort down. Protector
is shooting
still
away here.
Healthy.
Rewind for Nubarak, the kill opportunity through him alone, and then of course buried alive here. Again, the damage is right there. Roll20, they see an opportunity. 7 kills against 3 here right now. They're looking for that setup, they're looking for that kill, that one chance. Already Ulf going straight in, trying to reduce the damage. Here comes the flip. Ulf gets taunted.
He's tanking through as best he can for the moment. Of course, if anyone's going to die, it might as well be Leoric, but that's still going to open up the possibility for this keep. The Protector down to 11%. They might just try and push through with this while Leoric is dead. But no way. Roll20, they take the evening up on the keep and they back up.
Dead even. They're dead even.
Like 1 level difference. Holy Bananas can hit level 22, but talents are identical. Forts are still in favor of Holy Bananas, but that's just banked XP for Roll20 at this point, and a bit more of a buffer for if Roll20 get another objective.
2 items on both sides.
Dragon Arrow! They need to get there! They need to get there! Riptide coming in! Water Elemental being used to slow down the chase, and Shan will be able to get away.
They're wasting the cooldowns because they know that the next fight is going to be about the mid lane objective.
Yeah.
So they know they can burn the heroics right now.
This is insane.
Baby.
The next objective, like you said, being in mid lane, but that doesn't matter. It's all, whichever team gets it is just marching bot lane unless they lose too many members to win the game.
My hands are shaking. I'm not even playing.
I can't even feel my hands. I don't even know if I have hands. As they begin taking down the mercenary camp, putting pressure elsewhere on the map. Of course, if they can get this, if they can keep the enemy team occupied, that's maybe another keep.
Holy bananas, they have played out of their minds. This series was so strong for them, getting the keep at the bot lane, but that kill against Malfurion, getting the one kill that really mattered, and that brought them back. Keeps down on the bot lane for both teams. It's gonna come down to the Protector in the mid lane. Wrap around towards the bottom, trying to push the lane out, anchoring the plays here with Junkrat, with Anubarak. They're pushing out the bot lane. How is this gonna run out? Is Ulf gonna find the Entomb that they need here? The Entomb and the kill, heroic abilities are back up in 5 seconds for Junkrat.
They need to get Blaze in this Entomb. That bunker last time was so clutch to save Reyna. They need to stop that Entomb from that bunker from landing. If they can do that, they can maybe pick off a kill. They even have Bullseye.
Gogosh
again,
has 150 stacks right now.
Oh my god.
On his level 4 on Junkrat. 150 for him.
That's a lot of damage. Everyone else is fully stacked, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. As we are approaching, there's nothing left for these teams to do. Grab mercenaries, clear lanes, wait for the objective.
Oh my god. Oh, this is insane. This is crazy. There is another play that they can make for the top right now, where they can try and get another item here, and both of the teams are already looking at it.
So many potions.
The potions are everywhere. Objective announced in 30. You lose a hero, you most likely lose the game. Well, if you lose it right now, then you still have the time, but still.
3 turrets are available here for Roll20. 1 turret and a healing pulse is available for Holy Bananas, unless I miscounted. But right now, they're going to grab another turret of their own as well.
Yeah, they get another one. Very likely that Roll20 is going to do the same thing very soon. Triple turret on their end. Healing beacon is there for the Bananas. And now it's time for the checkpoint.
Neither team even bothers going for the support camp as they begin hovering around the area. Even levels for the moment. Holy Bananas are approaching level 23 for a stat advantage, but at this point, it's all about the
Roll20 is sitting there. Roba, do it one more time. One more time. Find us that Malfurion and throw him in. And the Bananas, just everything on the line for them. Gogosh firing away, getting those stacks. 160 for him right now. Here comes Robot over. Immediately Ulf moving out. They're holding on to the point for now. But Zarmani looking for the jet propulsion. Robot over looking for the taunt here. Everybody looking for that kill. Is the Entomb going to be dropped here by Ulf?
One thing's for sure, whichever team wins this deserves their HGC Pro Division spot as Robodova creeps forward. Ulf looking for an angle. Eats a lot of damage here. Water Elemental being dropped. Nature's Cure, though, gets him out, but he needs to get to that fountain as that Water Elemental chases him down.
That's the advantage that Holy Bananas still have. They still have a fountain there, and they're using it. They're using that fountain right now, and they can start to move in, but Roll20 is starting to get the lead on the objective itself. 1 turret is down already.
This fort's going to die, but that does not matter at this point.
I don't care about
Whoever
that at
wins
all.
the objective, the game's over. That fort is not relevant unless everyone dies and no one can end the game.
They haven't committed to the items just yet. Here comes the Tornado. That didn't do too much for them just yet.
Gugush's concussion might there knocking himself away as a quick
Arrow!
The bunker is down. Can Ulf get in position to maybe drop the Entomb as the follow-up Earth is dropped, eating so much damage. He drops the Biotic Emitter, keeping himself alive. But Ulf is still that threat. He still has the Entomb. He's holding on to it for so long.
He has a buried life, and there's no bunker this time. There's no bunker this time. He doesn't drop it yet.
Turret's
and now Roll20 is moving back. Roll20 want to go to the fountain. They want to grab the fountain here. Stacks 190 stacks by now on Junkrat. And the move towards the
with cannonballs as well. That's how much damage output he's doing here. This is so risky. Holy Bananas grabbing
Leo
this.
sees it.
Roba will see it as well. He moves in, and he's going to force them to back up.
There comes Ulf. Ulf is already there at the side. They're going for it. This is going to be it. They're going to move in. Ulf is about to fall. They keep him alive for as long as they can, but he dies regardless. The Biotic Emitter taken by Roll20, and it keeps them alive.
Immediately taken and immediately dropped, keeping Robodova in this fight. Leoric, he will be back quicker than any other hero. He's even getting there faster thanks to Drain and Hoping. And Earth is trying to hold the point. Only 1 turret left in terms of items for either of these teams, and it's in favor of Gugush on the side of Holy Bananas. Leoric only a couple seconds away.
They can't lose him.
Goes down!
That's the kill. Ulf is about to be back. The Bananas are down with an Uberak. Juve uses Tranquility. Roll20 is so close of turning this around.
6 seconds. 1 second until Entomb is back. This is their one turnaround tool. They still have Riptire. Ulf dropping a little bit of drain home. Here comes the Lornado. It's not hitting anyone, but Ulf being dropped too low. Hyperion to zone it. They have to get on the point. The Protector not being available. They're trying to kill off Robodoba. They get him, but Ulf goes down as well as the Protector will get picked up by Roll20 esports.
Unbelievable. Roll20, they get the Protector 26 minutes in. The team was dead in the waters. They were 3 levels behind. Holy Bananas dominated not only the series, but also the last map. Gugush is trying to burn it down as quickly as he can. He has the stacks, he has the damage. He's completed his quest talent even, but that Protector, 27 minutes and it's on the way to victory for Roll20.
It's taken so much damage already. There's catapults even to block it. Catapult just gets wrecked. Ulf will return. He's going to be able to do percentage damage to it, but the shield is eviscerated. Earth comes back round. He's trying to remove Shad from the equation, but the core is going down, and that is GG. Roll20 take the series and hold on to their HGC Pro Division spot. It's bittersweet. I feel so good for Roll20, but
I feel like crying for Holy Banana.
Same. I feel so good for Roll20, but I feel so sad for Holy Bananas. Oh my god. That was such an incredible series.
I'm extremely happy for Roll20. But this is such an...
It's very bittersweet.
I would cry.
Yeah, I feel the same.
I feel like crying already and I haven't even played. 3-0. And you push them to the last map. Their player drops, they don't know what's happening, comes back. They wreck the game.
And then a couple fights, a couple engages.
And Robodoba finds the most insane kill against Malfurion. They fight over the last item. And the item gets stolen in the middle of the fight by the front line, and without that biotic emitter being dropped there, Roll20 loses the fight and loses the game.
Yeah. If Robodoba died on that biotic emitter fight, that game would have been over. The Auric would have come back in time and they would have had better engage potential. That's... wow. That was perfect, perfect play by Roll20 at the end of that series.
I'm honestly shaking. This is...
Wow, I don't think we've ever been this speechless
this is heartbreaking.
At the end of a series. Yeah,
this is seriously heartbreaking. Like, again, both of them deserve to be in.
Yeah.
And I'm super happy for Roll20.
Yeah, they deserve it. Roll20, they, as much as it is sad for Holy Bananas, commiserations, you guys were incredible. I really hope to see you again. I know you have to go through it again, and that sucks. But you know you can do it. I would love to see them again in some form or another. But Roll20, wow, incredible. Huge congratulations. Sweep. The reverse sweep. And they are able to hold on to their HGC spot. Well played, well deserved.
What a finish.
We've never been this shocked at the end of the series, ladies and gentlemen.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
When they were for the biotic emitter, I'm like, this is like you hit a good entomb there, you get your abilities off. I'm like, that is nearly lights out on the side of Roll20. If you turn that around somehow, in that choke point, yes, you have a Jaina, but still, like, there's no Ring of Frost, you know, there's an Entomb on the other side, there are all these tools, you get the Cocoon off and that stuff. It was so well done, basically, and then with the pre-tap, I mean, that was huge, especially because they moved back, tapped, and then went top up.
Yeah, I'm shook. They pulled it off, though. The legendary reverse sweep they showed, when it came down to it, they were able to make the plays, and honestly, that was such a close series. They were even levels in basically every single game, and the ones they weren't, it was back and forth, able to take games they were behind, able to losing games when they were in front.
We had so many moments where really a second or half a second decided the outcome of the game.
Yeah. And
absolutely amazing, like insanity.
Either way, ladies and gentlemen, that was insane. And before we go into our interview, remember, I know you're probably as mentally as exhausted as we are after that, but there's still more Crucible coming up after this with Scythe Esports versus Simplicity for the North American Crucible as well. So Jake and Carlo will be bringing you that because me and Carlo super need a break after this. But yeah, don't go anywhere. Just that was absolutely insane. But there's more to come for you. But ladies and gentlemen, there is only one person we need to talk to right now, and it is Quacknix. Dude, come on now. That was... Going out on a high is certainly a term for it, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really don't know what to say. I'm super happy. The fact that we managed to pull that reverse sweep off is insane. We're so happy.
So we were talking about it at the start of that, at the third game in the series. You've already announced it. You are retiring. What is your personal mental state and what is your team's mental state when you're already 3-0 down in a best of 7?
I think the mentality was really good throughout the entire series. Like, there's not much we can do, right? Like, we just gotta keep fighting and make sure that we do our best, right? Like, it's not over until it's over. And I just kept reminding everybody in case people were feeling down or whatever. I just kept reminding people, it's not over until it's over. Let's fucking do this. Guys. But yeah, you know, like, everybody just hammered through. Everyone made sure they had focus on the right things. And somehow we managed to put through.
And we did see a little bit of a focus onto the Anubrak, both teams seeming to fight over it. Was that reflected in your draft calls, or was it just, this feels like the right hero?
I mean, we knew we liked it a lot, at least from what we saw previously, right? And they showed kind of early that they had the same prioritization as they had back in Crucible. So obviously then all of a sudden, like, we're looking a bit at denying their comforts as long as still staying within ours. So yeah, Anub became kind of a hot topic. We respected it. I think Earth was playing it good in general, so yeah.
All right, I'm going to hand you over to Caldor. Congratulations again.
Insane. What was that more insane than winning series on the 5th map with Fnatic?
Yes and no. Like, it's yes for the reason that it was so long. I don't remember how it feels like to feel like this. So it's so insane, actually. Like, I'm so happy, and I'm very happy to go out like a blast like this, since it was my last tournament, so I don't drop out of HGC. But at the same time, I'm really happy that the boys get to stay in the league, and hopefully they can do a better job next season.
Is that not the game that makes you immediately insta-regret that you already announced the retirement, so you're going to send out a tweet afterwards retiring from the retirement?
I mean, kinda, yes, because it was so intense. At the same time, you know, like, playing a series like this, like, your job is on the line. It's so nerve-wracking. I was really nervous the first 2 games, even though, you know, like, my future is already set in stone. And I don't know what to say. I'm speechless at this point.
How did Roba find that Malfurion on that bot fight? I mean, that was insane. You guys were done. It was over. Yeah. You lost. And then he goes in and somehow finds Malfurion of all heroes and throws him in, and you take the Punisher, the Protector.
I mean, we can only say thank you so much, Rob, for carrying that last team fight, obviously. But I'd say it's more on them, right? Yeah. Why is the Malfurion there? But I don't want to, like, rub it in their wounds either. But, you know, like, we're super happy we just managed to win it.
How are the comps when you get that kill?
I mean, I think Rob, there, he took charge and he was just screaming, "Kill Malf! Kill Malf!" And then we just kill him out, and then everybody gets pumped, and we were just screaming, right? But we try to make sure that we reset, you know?
Yeah.
And then make sure we heal up, try to get 20. It was a bit monkeyized at that point as well, because we were stacking on the point, but I wanted us to have vision outside so we could clear the waves so they can't set up a play. But, like, people were hyped, people were nervous, comms were going crazy. But yeah, once we get 20, we get the objective, then yeah.
And you said, like, the atmosphere in the team was the entire time just absolutely good. Like, even in that last game, you were 3 levels behind. There was no one that basically threw in mentally the towel already. You still just pulled through and said, like, okay, we can still pull this off.
I mean, not at least in comms that nobody was sighing, nobody was showing signs of it. But some people got a bit quiet, right? Obviously. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that, right?
I mean, again, like, you guys really pulled off an absolutely amazing comeback. I don't ever think I've seen such an amazing comeback in the best of 7 in the first place, and then also the way that the maps went. So a huge shout out to you guys. That was insane that you could pull it off. Outside of that, though, do you have anything to say to your opponents here? Because I think from their perspective, fighting for that chance, it must have been absolutely devastating, and they played their heart out, but at the end of the day, you guys were just better.
So yeah, like for sure, like mad shout out to the Holy Bananas. They were actually a really strong opponent, which I didn't actually expect them to be this strong, even though people had said that they've been really good and they've been doing good in scrims and whatnot. So I'm like happily surprised in the way that I think the level of competitive play is growing. Like I've been complaining for like 2-3 years that the level of competitive play is so low, but I think like now there's actually a lot of teams in even open division that are actually pressuring and threatening the HGC teams. So I'm really happy for the sense of Heroes esports, right?
Quack, again, congratulations. Going out on a high note here, as Techa already said, was absolutely impressive. It's going to be sad not seeing you in the interviews anymore, but I already said in the past, I give you half a year and then you're going to be back in HGC, so I'm going to see you then.
We'll see.
Yeah, and I mean, instead of asking any more questions, I think it is prudent to just say, what words do you have to your team, your fans, and everyone watching at home?
Okay, so there was one specific reason why we won this series.
The final sellout, I love it.
Jokes aside though, like obviously like mad shout out to the team. The fact that we managed to make this reverse sweep is insane. We kept cool, we kept doing what we were doing, focusing on what we need to do, and yes, somehow we managed to clutch it. So like really happy about the boys, and I wish them the best of luck in the next year, I guess. Shout out to Roll20. Make sure to check them out as well if you don't really know what they're doing. They are doing a lot of like table board games online, Dungeons and Dragons, etc. And yeah, shout out to all the fans that have been sticking with us, or like, you know.
We know.
You're taking the words right out of my mouth.
let me try that again. So yeah, mad shout out to Twitch chat, to all the fans, all my personal fans, all the fans of Roll20. Thank you guys so much. You have made this journey insane, and make sure to share on Roll20 in the next phase as well.
All right. Thank you very much, Quack. And we're not just going to have an interview with Quack, we are going to have an interview with Chris in just a few seconds. But thank you very much, dude. And seriously, though, we're going to miss Quack a lot.
Again, I give him half a year.
He's
gonna focus on his
right.
on his stream right now. He's gonna be successful with streaming.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
he's gonna pull a Rich.
There's a lot of fun, but at the same time, I miss that competitiveness. And then he's going to be
that's
back.
his last professional game. I really started to think you might be right.
Yeah. I mean, how you can retire after that game? Like, I don't know. It's just like you're clutching it like this and like having that high again.
Yeah, that was crazy. But for now, that was Quacknix's last professional game with Roll20. He is retiring after this, but what a series to go out on.
Dude, that was on a level with Dignitas and Gen G at the mid-season Brawlers, the grand final, from like the intensity. I mean, level of play, of course, on a different level when you're looking at the two best teams in the world. But from an intensity perspective, it's tough to beat that.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy. And seriously though, he's cheering on his team right until the end, fighting tooth and nail for something he's not going to be a part of anymore. Exactly as Roskmeg did yesterday.
Exactly.
It's interesting to see the parallels, honestly.
I mean, in case that you didn't hear it yet, Roskmeg actually, after qualifying with ePunks yesterday, immediately went to Twitter and said, guys, I'm retiring. So he made the choice already before they played the match and said, competitive, not quite for me. I don't think I really want to go through an entire season of HGC here. So he retired right afterwards, but he just said, I wanted to make sure that my team can rely on me for the game. I'm going to make sure that my team qualifies. But for me personally, it's not really for me. I'm going to make a different decision here. But that has to be absolutely respected. So both of them just fighting for something where they are just saying, I want to make sure that my team has that future and has that option.
Which is absolutely fantastic to see. And like we said, we will be talking to Chris in a little bit as well, so we will get to talk to one of the players who is staying in there. We'll be curious to see what kind of roster changes are made for the next season, because obviously roles will have to be filled. Dignitas losing JPL, Roskmeg's going to have to be replaced, and of course Quacknix. And there was one of a Dartmock as well, so we have quite a few. We're going to see a very interesting roster, so you should all 100% be tuning into HGC EU next season.
There's very likely going to be more changes than that. I mean, oftentimes the changes come in after BlizzCon. That's when all of this starts with the roster apocalypse. Before that, we oftentimes have a couple of players retiring. But then when we have that big gap before the next HGC season starts, that's usually when teams are looking taking a closer look at their lineup, looking at alternatives, and some players might still retire. We already have 3, so it's going to be a lot of shaking things up. And now when you're looking at a team like the Holy Bananas, you have a lot of players on that team that definitely can play on that level. We'd already talked about that some teams will need someone at the front line, a tank, for example. Earth is an option with a bright future, I think. There's things he can improve, no doubt, but at the same time, he's an option.
What better way than coming into HGC Pro Division and getting the guidance of experienced players?
Exactly. Then also, oftentimes, you need someone that is very vocal in the team in the way that he communicates. So you need a shot caller or a drafter. And if the Bananas have shown anything that they're calling and the way that they're reacting to calls is fantastic with that synergy. So if you have someone there that might just fill that role for your own team where you need a leader, you can find that on them too. And there's other teams as well. So I'm very sure that we are seeing some of those players at least on HGC teams in the next season, and deservedly so. Like, all 5 of them played amazing.
I have to apologize, gentlemen, but Chris is probably well-deservedly celebrating, so we will not be having his interview. However, Roll20, they stay in HGC, so you will have plenty of interview potential with Caldor come at the season in 2019. But that does mean that that is it from Caldor and I for this European Crucible. Mad is certainly the word, but you guys still have more entertainment coming up, as we will have the North American Crucible Simplicity versus Scythe esports coming right up after this.
Since they can't really poke too much. They need to make that engage with the Nubarak at some point, and here it comes, going straight for Roba again. The lockdown is there. Lonado coming out too. They're trying to go for Diablo, and if they can take Roba down, that would be an amazing start for them here, and they actually do. That's the Souls reset just as the Shrine spawns. Arrow comes in, their next stun, Malfurion, Shad, he goes down as well. The Bananas with a double kill.
They go for everything. They're dropping the cocoon post the kill on Diablo to try and engage Valor. Valor's able to vault away, but Malfurion, positioning himself to help, ends up being punished by the follow-up engage from a Nubarak. With a last-ditch effort, dives in, they're trying to hold this. Roba goes down. That is the first kill, but somebody's so healthy. Chris is uncontested, but Gugush is doing so much damage.
And they're taking them down. The Nubarak has fallen. Earth is dead, but so is nearly everyone on the side of Roll20. Down goes the last one.
That could have been a great turnaround. He's trying to stop the ports, so his team has a chance. It's a 4 versus 3 in this bottom lane as Tahaka has joined his team. Can they end this? The cocoon's on Urel.
The cocoon is there. They're going for the core. It's down to 60%. That Punisher is still wreaking havoc here. They're going for it, and it looks like they can do it.
They've done it.
Bananas go for it, and this is game as the Bananas. What? No.
That's a good isolation here as Genji's in the backline taking out Malfurion.
Guru with a kill, takes down Malf, and they're going straight for Roba, and they get the kill. It's a 2-for-0. Guru surviving, protected by the way, is over, and down he goes as Sarmony gets the kill.
Chris is uncontested. He burns down the bunker very quickly. Good blink like Magnus to dodge the engage by a Nubarak, but already Urel is taken out. Roba putting on a great fight though as they turn around. His double spirit of Guru is popped, and Shad needs some help with this Immortal. It's taking down the core. There's no one left to deal with this Caldor.
The core is falling in, and Quatnix and Shad are the only ones left. Last fight, rewind on Roba kept him alive. It was the only reason why he could get away. But here comes the massive engage. Down they go, double kill.
Resets, looking for more. Gugush trying to do some damage, but with 2 members down, Earth finally dropping 2. Junkrat might escape, but what can he do against 5 members of Roll20 all alone? And this lone Junkrat may have to witness the destruction of his core.
There's the attack. Cocoon already used for that backline. Arrow is nice. The Haka comes in, and that's a kill against Phoenix.
Finally, with the Dragon Arrow landing, Quackenix dropping low. He goes down as well, making it a 1-for-1 as Earth apply against the armor from Olvus. They turn onto the Haka. He burrows in. The Sappers are getting wrecked in the midst of this fight.
They're interrupting it once again, and right now we have again the engage from Roba. They're going in deep, and there comes the contagion. They're going for Phoenix again. Phoenix is down. The kill. Roll20 eliminating him, but Genji in trouble and striking away. barely escapes. Somebody trying to turn it around. He goes for Guru, and they get Tracer.
Earth is still healthy though, with Urel diving forward, looking for Zarmany. They have no damage. It's all about tanking and sustaining through this in a 5 versus 3. Roll20 fight for their tournament lives. They take down Muradin with Shoof and Ulf in full retreat. Quacknix moves onto the altar.
There comes the quick cocoon. Malfurion is down, and this is game. Quacknix takes Roll20 to the 3-3. They get the tie. They drop the last hero. Urel goes.
Wait, Quacknix is gonna get dropped so low. Guru chasing down, gets the sniping
He's
shot.
not the only one. There's the next one. Romanova goes down too. The double kill, and they're going for Deckard. The old man goes down and triple kill. I was just about to say that.
Tire onto Garrosh, who does not get in the bunker in time.
Romanova, it slowly goes down.
God.
But we might also lose one on the side of the bananas. Ulf goes down on Leoric. He's going to be back faster though. And Blaze drops. The front line is gone. And immediately the focus onto the back line here. The bananas with the advantage.
Quicker than any other hero. He's even getting there faster thanks to Drain hoping. And Earth is trying to hold the point. Only one turret left in terms of items for either of these teams. And it's in favor of Gugush on the side of Holy Bananas. Leoric only a couple seconds away.
They can't lose him. Goes down! That's the kill! Ulf is about to be back. The bananas are down with the Nubarak. Juve uses Tranquility. Roll20 is so close of turning this around.
6 seconds. 1 second until Entomb is back. This is their one turnaround tool. They still have Riptire. Ulf dropping a little bit of drain hope. Here comes the Lornado. It's not hitting anyone, but Ulf got too low. Hyperion to zone it. They have to get on the point. The Protector not being available. They're trying to kill off Romanova. They get him, but Ulf goes down as well. And the Protector will get picked up by Roll20 esports.
Unbelievable. Roll20. They get the Protector 26 minutes.